Universal design for learning means to me the creation of an accessible and inclusive learning environment. And it means that all students have the ability to participate in class regardless of their ability, their background, or their learning style. And universal design for learning respects diversity and values diversity.
We really cherish diversity. Diversity in educational environment is recognition of diverse learning needs, learning styles of our students, learners, participants in our education programs. I think that the most important thing about universal design for learning is that it is deeply based in human rights. Human rights that ensures that all students with disabilities have equal right for education. That is guaranteed in United Nations Convention of Rights of Persons with Disabilities, but also in Charter of Rights and Freedoms. So we as educators have responsibility to ensure that our classrooms are fully accessible for students with disabilities, and not only accessible, but that they provide opportunities for them to succeed.
It's understanding the diversity of the learners that we have in the classroom and being open to accepting a variety of ways of getting information to us and making a few changes to our teaching so that we can reach more learners.
We can learn that it's the smallest things that could be exclusionary behaviors. That maybe if you see somebody sitting by themselves, you should maybe go and ask if they're having a good day and if they're okay being by themselves, because maybe they might not be. And I hope that Queens would someday become that community where nobody needs to sit by themselves if they don't want to be by themselves.
What I love most about my job is when you have a professor or an educator or someone from the Kingston community come up to you at an event and say, wow, I never thought of that, or that never occurred to me. And just knowing that if you maybe opened one more person's eyes and made someone else a little bit more understanding or a little bit more open to having that discussion, I think it really makes all the difference. You know, anytime you're trying to make a change, you do it one step at a time. And I think that the Queens community has been very receptive to a lot of the issues that we've brought up. And we've had great responses from a lot of different professors and faculty members. And I think that that's the way to kind of keep growing this cause, because it is something that needs to be discussed and approached. And I think that there's nothing better than knowing that you've maybe changed just one mind.
The best experiences are transformative. We talk about you really haven't traveled if you haven't been changed by the journey that you've gone on. And I think each experience of teaching is a journey. It can change from year to year, and it can change with each individual student. But I do see the transformation, and because, you know, it rubs off on you, then for sure I'm transformed. I certainly feel that each year I learn something new and I'm transformed by it.
Queens is a university that is known for its tradition, and it's certainly important to keep tradition, but at the same time look at how it is that we adapt to a changing world, a more inclusive environment. And I think universities are more inclusive and more accessible now than they used to be. And I think recognizing that, especially in a university with a lot of tradition, how it is that we can change and innovate to allow others to enjoy everything that Queens has to offer.